Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to hear what the Lord has to say to you today during these perilous times. Today's word is a very long one, so I'm just going to get right into it. And I'm probably not going to do, but just maybe a little explanations. Maybe at the end, I'll kind of go over maybe a few, but for the most part, it's kind of self-explanatory. And this one's called A Pole Shift is Coming. I got this on January 13th, 2023. It doesn't matter that it was, a little over a year ago. It still pertains today because obviously the pole shift hasn't happened yet, right? So, but this is in part of all of God's plan of bringing down the enemy and setting all the captives free, okay? Because this time is called the Greater Exodus. And basically it's a worldwide rescue, as opposed to what he did in the book of Exodus with the Israelites, which was his children. So he's going to rescue us from the evil of wicked people, of not only like the leaders in the world where they're trying to do the one world government, they're trying to take away our freedoms, they're trying to oppress us, they're trying to control us. They're actually trying to do depopulation, okay? So which means they're trying to us, okay? So God's coming, and he's had many judgments before. This is another judgment of his, and it won't be the last, actually. But he's going to destroy the wicked while he raises up the righteous, okay, his people. So get with God, because you don't know when this is coming. I mean, there are going to be signs. Obviously, there already has been signs, and things are ramping up, okay? But it's not the rapture, so roll up your rapture rugs. That time is for later, for many generations from now. Like I said, this is a judgment, but it's not the last judgment. Probably the next judgment will be the Great Tribulation, after the Great Tribulation, okay? This is going to be a taste of the Great Tribulation, and a taste of the millennial reign, okay? But just a taste of it. So we know, and we will know by the time all this is done, we will know that God is the one true God, and only he could have saved us. Not a person, mind you. He has his chosen people that he's going to use, but he himself is going to rescue us. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. I don't know if any of you guys know, but there's a song by Elevation Worship. I'm sure other musicians or bands sing it, whatever, play it. I don't know if maybe they made it up. I don't know, but it's called, oh my goodness, what is it? I think it's Lion of Judah. And in it is a verse called, Hail, Hail, Lion of Judah, let the lion roar. So that's basically how he starts out this one. He does start it out with psalms in the verses, whatever. So he starts out, Hail, hail, Lion of Judah, let the lion roar. There will be rumors of war, and lots of them. Trust in me, I will protect you. The rumors are just rumors, capitalized. Did I not say it would happen? Great shakings will take place like never before. I am trying to wake up and warn my people. Winds will howl, so be ready to experience calamity you cannot imagine. Unfortunately, these things have to happen to wake up my sleeping people from their induced slumber. They will place upon you shortages the likes of which haven't been seen. Inflation will be out of control. This is all they're doing to bring about their new world order, to enslave you even more and take your free will with their mark of loyalty. Okay, that they're going to try. They haven't said anything about that, but he's telling you that it's coming, or they're going to try to bring it about, but God's not going to let it. So just letting you know, that's for later. So anyways, to enslave you even more and take your free will with their mark of loyalty, to buy and sell, to kill you off more sadistically. Their evil knows no bounds. To usher in their time to rule and reign. But I will not let them, for it is not time yet. And this is bold. The days of Haman are here upon them, which is basically in the book of Esther. It's basically kind of like reaping what's been sown, getting back what they've Get it put back on their heads what they've tried to do to you. Okay, basically is what that means. So the days of Haman are here upon them, along with the greater exodus, which is freedom from oppression and bondage of this world, which is the Babylonian system, to free you and bless you for my kingdom, my time for a season, to call and bring my children back to me where they belong. But some don't want to wake up and see reality for what it really is. Fear has a grip on them, which is not of me, my children. Fear is not of him. So pray for those that don't see, for their eyes to be wiped clean from the mud and mire that the enemy placed there. This is in bold and highlighted. Darkness will cover the land, and with it terrible things you cannot imagine. And that's from Revelation 6 and Matthew 24. To hunt, terrible things that you cannot imagine, to hunt and destroy those wicked ones that rule over you in so many ways. This has to happen for healing to take place all across the lands. Lands, plural. Take heed, my children. My prophets are prophesying more and more. I am waking up my remnant to do my work, to sound the alarm and bring my people back to me into my good graces. So do not discount them, even if they are family. For if you do, you will regret it and be sorry. And this is all underlined. I am pouring out my spirit on all my people and causing them to dream dreams and prophesy my words to my people who are still asleep or refuse to see what I am doing all across the world. Cling to me like a life raft and I will protect you. And this is in bold. I am trying to get the world's attention to save them from the onslaught of destruction in the darkness. So whatever's going to happen is going to be happening in the darkness, okay? There's going to be, terror unleashed inside the darkness. And that is in the Bible. This is bold and in caps, and you need to remember this, okay? Do not step outside, my children, when it goes dark, for there is untold terror that will befall you that is not meant for you, but your enemies, the wicked ones, and my fallen ones. Yes, he means the angels. So come to me, for I will give you shelter. I am the great I am, and I've come to rescue you, to save you from this beast system that started way back at Babylon to enslave you, and by keeping my truth from you, by twisting my words and manipulation, by working behind the scenes, pulling strings of the rich and powerful, to steal your money, your way of life, by making you dependent upon them in every way, financially, food, and your way of life, turning things good into ways they can rob you. You will soon see, my children. So take up my shield of armor and clothe yourselves in my glory to help fight the enemy that's out for your destruction. And you can find his armor in Ephesians 6, 10 through 20. So don't forget the seventh piece, which is prayer. Okay? I parted the Red Sea and led my people out. I parted the Red Sea and led my people through the walls of water. I will do much greater things, bigger things for you to get your attention. So you will know it's me and only me, the God of the Bible, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So turn to me this day and I will save you. They want to cripple you into submission, and this is in caps, but I will not let them. They are trying to rush in their time, but I won't allow it. They do not have my permission just yet. This is why I must show myself, for the lack of belief. My church has been lied to, lies you have been lulled to sleep to, that there is no power, no majesty, no fire in me, and that I do not care. That could be further from the truth, as you are my special creation, made in my image and likeness. Do not be deceived into thinking that, for a sparrow doesn't fall from the sky without my knowing. How much more you mean to me, and I'm going to prove it once again. But first I must cleanse the land of the wickedness, wrongdoing, and unrighteousness, to make a way for my people to recognize me, that I am still here and love you. So take heart, for the battle is mine, saith the Lord. But you must choose to walk with me and lay down your wicked ways and deeds. And this is in bold and caps and highlighted. I will forgive you if you only ask. For my love runs deep for my sheep, my people. That is why I must rescue you from the slavery and bondage you've been in. Just like the Exodus of Egypt, this will be much greater, for this time is worldwide before they bring about their tyranny, their global domination. And he said nothing matters, and he meant actually nothing matters to them, the elites. Okay, nothing matters to them. They do not care about you. They actually hate you. Okay. Moving on. The stage is almost set. Their plan has worked almost perfectly up until now, and they can't quite figure out what's going wrong, why their plans are falling apart. Frustration will get to them, and they will make mistakes. It's already happening. They thought they were smarter than me. Once again, I will prove them wrong and take away their win for now. And that's in all caps, for now, because he's letting you know that, again, this is not the Great Tribulation. That's for later time, okay? Activity will increase in and on the earth. There will be volcanoes, which we've already seen, earthquakes, flooding, and tsunamis, all kinds of natural disasters that you will know it's me and not global warming. Only I can do these things and put a stop to them when my work of the evil ones and their plans for you are completely destroyed. Much worse it was supposed to be, meaning the plagues, you know, the thing that happened like 4 years ago, when the things that have been been putting out there, yeah. So much worse it was supposed to be. So they're sending another and another to weaken you and your systems to better control you. No need to fear, as I have overcome them. The battle is already won. You just need to speak it to come to fruition. Your words have that much power. Why do you think they target the children? Now, this is going to be, okay, this is not the time. My bad. I'll shut up. Why do you think they target the children? To brainwash and program them to their sick and twisted ways, to destroy the youth and any hope of the future for the future. But I have come to save you and the children they have held in captivity right underneath your streets, your noses. And that was all in bold and highlighted. And what he meant is that there's a lot of tunnels where we're going to be finding this out. This is going to be exposed. It already has in certain circles, but the tunnels and the DUMBs, okay, the DUMB, the deep underground military bases, okay, and that's dealing a lot with sex trafficking for rituals and sacrifice. And I know it sounds crazy. I know it does, but it's going to come out because it has gotten so prevalent, it will blow your mind. Okay. So, but he's telling you this to get ready, for you to get grounded in him, because it will shake you to your core because it's so evil. Anyway, moving on. Such travesty and horrors that are hard to wrap your minds around will be brought to light by my great shakings. Everyone will see and know the truth. There will be no denying it. The people in power have either funded it with your money or allowed it, and they will pay for all of eternity. For it is better to tie a millstone around your neck and be flung into the sea than to hurt one of my little ones. And that's from Matthew 18:6. Their death will be horrifying, but they chose that when they partook in with the evil one, the adversary. The blood is in the life, not just mine, which is way more powerful than you can imagine. The blood cries out to me of the innocent children they drink in for power and control of this earth. And yes, you heard that right, because the power is in the blood, and that is in Leviticus, obviously all throughout the New Testament, and why Jesus, how Jesus broke the curse, right, by his blood shed on the mercy seat. But it's in Genesis where Abel's blood cries out to God on the ground, and because life is in the blood, and that is also in Leviticus, and the reason for the sacrifices that came about, and was a foreshadowing of Jesus coming. Anyway. Let's see here. The blood cries out to me of the innocent children they drink in for power and control on this earth and the next life, so they think, by sacrificing the children and praying to their gods that they have been mutinied and rebelled against me. All right, I'm going to read that again because I was kind of a little bit choppy. And I guess I'll try to explain that. So what they're doing is they are sacrificing, okay, just like in the Old Testament, they would sacrifice their children, okay, to the gods like Moloch and so Baal and so many other gods, okay. Well, that's what these people do. The elites, not all the politicians, but some of them, and stuff like that, and the people in power, they sacrifice the blood, right, thinking to get power from the enemy, thinking that they're going to have, more power and control, not only in this life, but in the next. But they won't, obviously. I mean, they'll be in hell. So anyway, I will read that again. The blood cries out to me of the innocent children they drink in for power and control of this earth and the next life. So they think, by sacrificing the children and praying to their gods that have mutinied and rebelled against me. So their little g gods are the fallen angels, okay? They got booted out of heaven. Okay. They have no real power, for mine trumps them all, for I created them. And yes, that was pun intended, okay? So they cannot create, only copycat and twist and turn things of me upside down in order to confuse you. They will not have their way. Evil has no place in my kingdom, so I will destroy them. They will be destroyed this time, but others will rise in their place in the generations to come. They have learned what works and what doesn't, to do it again, more sly next time. That is why you must abide in me, to teach the generations, your offspring, not to fall away from me. For the next time, they will be more covert in their actions. That is why the surprise of the rapture right before that great and awful day of the start of the Great Tribulation. Okay, and you can find that, and even though that's not called rapture, it's in 1 Thessalonians 4:17 and in Matthew 24:40, and maybe a couple of other places, I don't know. It will be talking about the Great Tribulation. It will be far worse than any of this they have carried out so far, you will see. For I am preparing my people, my remnant, to be warriors and fight for me and my kingdom that will come to the earth after their reign. Hell will then be, and then he's talking about the Great Tribulation, okay? Hell will then be released upon the land and on the people that have once again hardened their hearts to me. That is why this massive awakening must take place. To show my people I am the one true God, El Adonai, which is Hebrew for meaning master, Lord, sovereign ruler. So keep records of these things and pass them on to your children, just as in the Passover and communion, to celebrate and take heed my victories for you, because of my great love for you, my children. This time you are living in will go down in infamy. It will be that great. After the death and destruction, my light, and he does a play on words, my son, meaning Jesus, and the Son will shine forth on all who will receive it, meaning his glory is going to fall. His glory is his presence, his power, and his goodness. So even though it's not his second coming, because he's not coming in his like a physical form, physical presence, but he's coming in his other presence, his glory, okay? So, and there's lots of places, Matthew 24, that talk, and it was just one place that talks about him coming in on glory, okay, versus him just coming in, on a white horse and stuff like that. That's after the Great Tribulation, okay? That's at the very end when he comes to kick butt. So anyway, okay. So it will bring peace and healing from the destruction that fell on family and loved ones. You will understand why I had to do this if you lend your ear to me. I chose you for this time to fight for me and stand and walk in my ways, no matter your walk in life. My son Jesus can forgive all. My power is that great. So is his blood that was shed for your sins. If you just recognize him for who he really is and what he went through for you. And this is in bold and caps and underline. Sin is that serious. You have been programmed that sin is nothing, but will make you happy, at least for a time. But it never lasts long before the facade wears off and shows the lie that it is, how utterly destructive it is to your life, your soul, and your spirit. It can open doors to more attacks of the evil one and his cohorts. That is why it is so hard to stop once you start down that path until you hit rock bottom or come to your senses and seek me out. It's in bold. For only I can save you from the destructive power of sin. That doesn't even compare to me and my power. If you just come to me and lay it down at my feet, the sin, I will take you in my loving arms and wash you clean. But you must walk in my way if you want to stay clean of sin and everlasting death. You will see that only I, my son Jesus, he was using the Trinity there. You will see that only I, my son Jesus, can take away the sin of the world and redeem you into life everlasting with me and all my glory to be partakers of my kingdom to come and help others along the way to walk in my path for their salvation. Excuse me. So take heed this hour, this day, whom you will serve, for that faithful day is not far away, and it will be too late once the death angel is released. Okay, like I said, this is the greater Exodus. So this is following in the template of the Exodus from the book of Exodus. And so where there were 10 plagues, okay? The ninth plague was darkness, which he's already mentioned, okay? Darkness. And it's not just a darkness like, oh, the lights are going to go out and the internet's going to go out. No, this is a darkness you can feel. I mean, it's like, talk about like, the scary basement, darkness. It's way more times than that, okay? To the nth power, okay? So this is darkness, hopelessness, terror, just everything awful, okay, that's going to be covering the earth, not just the dark, okay? But then the 10th plague is the angel of death being released, okay? And that's what he was talking about there. So he's saying, I'm going to read that line again because it is very important. So take heed this hour, whom you will serve. For that faithful day is not far away, and it will be too late once the death angel is released. Put down your wrongdoings and live upright, but ask for forgiveness, for there is no sin I cannot forgive. I have that much power. Get in my book and read my will and my ways. As you grow close to me, I will bless you with wisdom and understanding that will seem impossible. I will send dreams and visions to the young and old, and prophesy out my word to those that are willing to lend an ear and their time. You can too, if you try. Bold again and highlighted, but you must have a clean heart and die to sin and be born again into my kingdom and choose, because we have free will, choose to walk with me daily. Take up your cross. It's not hard with me, as I will take most of the load and light up your steps. And what he means by taking up your cross, taking up those temptations, okay? You're carrying those temptations. And sooner or later, as you go along in your sanctification process, it will get easier and lighter because God will help you, okay? Moving on, but you must trust me and to be able to trust me, you must know me. So get in my book to learn my will and my ways, to know me on a personal level, not some statue or being far, far away that doesn't care about you. I gave my only begotten Son so you can be with me and reign with me in my kingdom forever. Free will I gave to you, as you are not robots. They are trying to do just that to you, basically make you robots, transhumanism, okay? As you begin to wake up out of your slumber, you will start to fight back and take back your land and authority. They have to create disasters and shortages to distract and control you. So stand with me and decree that they are defeated and powerless against God Almighty and His beloved creation. Things will get worse before they get better. So get close to me, my word and Jesus, and I will comfort you and protect you from harm, just as I did the Israelites in the land of Goshen when I took out the pharaohs, never to rise it to power again. Now, the Israelites were his people, right? The ones that were not affected by any of the judgments, and they were in a land called Goshen, which was in Egypt. But Egypt got them all, okay? But his people did not. So, and watch as I do the same for you, but in a much grander way. Pray for the lost, for they have no idea of the terror that faces them. Almost done. Last page. And share the gospel, which is the good news, which is the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ to save us from death eternal. To all, and spread the good news to all that will listen, and warn people of what's to come, and get prepared for the calamity that awaits the world. I have warned my people through my word, his Bible, and now through my chosen ones. So listen to them and heed my call, for my sheep know my voice. But you must listen and discern for yourself. If you open your heart to me, you can see the writing on the wall. I don't make it hard, my children. But you must break out of your slumber, your spell. This is in bold and capitalized and highlighted, and it goes for me as well. Turn off your devices and read my word, and it will be revealed, meaning his ways and his understanding and wisdom and knowledge, okay? So look up and look around and see things happening that are not normal. I am giving you signs and wonders, but you must look up to see them. There was one back on April 8th, I do believe, and a couple, so many more actually. But they're going to be getting even more. So the media hides a lot, so look to other sources. Although they cannot hide all that is being revealed throughout the lands. Strange and wild occurrences and miracles taking place, they will no longer be able to hide. Strange lights and cloud formations that cannot be possible. Wild weather and shakings they have to report, but climate change is not what's happening, okay? I used to be one of those, oh my gosh, the climate's changing, but then after about 20 years, I'm like, I don't really think that this isn't happening. So anyway, and with these words and, God letting me know this, no, it's not happening, okay? Okay, this is what he says. So, but climate change is not what's happening, okay? And this is in bold and highlighted and everything. But a pole shift is coming of the earth. So get ready for shortages and outages all over the world that will culminate into a great silence never heard before. No birds or wildlife will be heard. No planes or human movement. It is only for a short time, so do not fear, but cling to me, for it will be eerie. Animals will act strangely as I begin to move my hand and turn the world upside down, literally. It will cause great devastation as the landscape will be changed. But if you obey me, shelter inside, listen to me through my prophets, you will know when to shelter and stay inside. The lights will go out, literally, at noon. I will give you signs and wonders to show you the time is almost near, to get to your shelter as I shut and seal the door behind you, to keep you safe from what? Maybe the angel of death and other things, right? Just like he did in the Noah's Ark. He's the one, God, if you go back and read, God closed and sealed the door to protect them, okay? To keep them safe and protected inside. My children, it is very serious you take heed of these warnings, as you will not be allowed out until it is finished. So come to me, and I will give you shelter. Receive me and my love, my forgiveness, as my son's precious blood makes you worthy. Your loving, redeeming God, so saith the Lord. Whew. Okay, so that was 30 minutes. That was a very, very, very long one. I don't think I need to go back and explain anything. So there it is. So please take heed. There's another prophet. I think that it was Julie Green who actually had a prophecy about a pole shift is coming. And I think it was either earlier this year or late last year. I don't remember. I've had a lot going on. So anyway, but I'm not the only one. But that's the only one that I've heard so far. So just kind of be aware of that and look around for the prophets if you happen to know of any, and see what they're saying. You know, they might line up, because she's really good. She obviously hears from God. She is one of the major prophets, and of this time, and she did hear that. I'm pretty sure that was her. So anyway, take care. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe, and give this to everyone so everyone will be on notice. Whether you believe it or not, this will plant a seed, and you will remember this, and when things start to line up, you'll take heed, okay? And so anyway, so thank you so much. God bless.